Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War World Lore event, the first one that we've ever had. So of course, with version 4.8 of Gems of War, the most recent patch, one of the biggest things that we ended up getting in that patch is a new game mode set. For weekly events. This ended up replacing out Invasions. Invasions is going to be this Friday as a weekend event for the first time ever. Obviously, we've had Invasions before, but the first time specifically as a weekend event, also making it the first guild-wide weekend event. But anyways, we got this new adaptive event that now happens once a month. However, other days might also start to be overtaken by other events too, like things like raids and Tower of Doom and such. Obviously not Guild Wars. Guild Wars will always be a thing. But yeah, they're adding this new game mode. It's going to be able to be changed a decent amount from week to week compared to most other game modes, simply because there isn't really a set rule set for it, technically. They can set the rule set to whatever they want. Currently, we have to go and kill a bunch of things to get these skulls, which ends up giving us points. Originally, they were going to do skulls and bones, but I guess it was just too much RNG with that. So we're just collecting skulls, and every single time we get one of those, we end up getting 10 points. One of the reasons why I'm calling it the Lore Event, even though it doesn't really technically have an official name, I just call it World Lore Event, is mostly because, well, for one, the fights are done on a world map, which makes sense. And the other part is we get lore every single time. So as many of you may have known in the past, we used to get lore every single week, actually, with new troops that were introduced in the game. This was stopped about a year and a half ago after Surian finished like a little mini book going over the game. There is so much lore to this game, but most of it never really made it into the game. Most of it was either on the forums or it's never posted anywhere officially, and they just kind of kept it to themselves and just didn't have a way of doing it. But now with these lore events every single month, they'll be able to add some every single time. Might be less interesting than other times, but nonetheless, they'll still be able to keep adding stuff to the game, which we haven't really ever had in the past. Used to all be pretty much external to the game, other than like little snippets of quest lines and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty cool to see the introduction of this. With that being said, we should probably go and read through it as well. Let me just go drink some water. Also, I was able to finally find some water today. Coronavirus has made it quite more difficult to get hands on this kind of stuff, but I think the stores by me did restock, so nice timing. Of course, worst comes to worst, I can always just boil tap, but I'd prefer not to do that. But obviously, if survival depended on it, we shall. But anyways, let's read through this real quick. So, every 5 years, when the moon bleeds, the Orcish tribes gather together to determine who will become the new warlord of Grashnak. Only the warlord may call the tribes together to wage war upon the other kingdoms. Now, in a display of ferocity and brutality, the tribal chieftains will compete to see who can claim the most skulls from their enemies and be named the victor. Join them, collecting skulls from each battle. Tougher opponents will award more skulls as the event progresses and the chieftains become more powerful. They will be worth more skulls still. So we basically just increasingly keep getting more and more skulls as we progress through the battle. However, one pretty interesting thing to mention about this game mode, of course, which is probably the most evident new interesting thing about this, is the new tokens. So there are technically 4 new tokens that have been introduced into the game. Currently, only one of them can really be seen at the moment, and that is the Token of Chieftains. Basically, they're 3 in 1. 3 of them are for this game mode itself. That happens once every single month. There are 3 of them. What they are called, I forget, but one of them does skull damage, which is what this one does. One of them does spell damage, and one of them does a combination of skull and spell damage, basically just an increase to it. In this particular instance, it does 40% when you have just a badge, and up to 160% when you have the medal. And this does stack into itself, so do be mindful of that. You can stack it for 3 of them for a total of, what was that total to? For a total of 480,000 additional skull damage, which is almost 5 times skull damage just off of every single troop, which is pretty noteworthy. It's basically like an invasions or raids bonus, or like an invasion bonus that you get towards every single one of your enemies, basically just through badges itself. So that's pretty hefty of a bonus, to say the least. So yeah, it's pretty strong. But these badges end up getting all 3 of these different sets. Only one of them will apply to each week, in this case the skull damage. But these badges, or these tokens, badges and medals, will all convert into Medals of Seasons, which we won't be getting until another week from now, because it doesn't get converted until the end of this event. But any of them that you do collect will be converted to these. all basically these three. Any tokens become tokens of seasons, any badges become badges of seasons, and any medals become medals of seasons. Regardless of which one of the 3 bonuses you get, they will all convert over to seasons in the current state of the game. And seasons is pretty good. It's one of the better medals in the game. The badge gives 1 to attack, life, and armor, and the medal gives 4 to attack, life, and armor, basically making Arachnia completely useless, since Arachnia does 4 attack, which is the exact same thing, but less stats overall. So going to be a pretty solid medal for Guild Wars, of course, to be able to utilize for that game mode, so definitely worth considering using, and just kind of keeping as a default, probably just as like 2 of them or 3 of them. Speaking of these, as far as collecting them, it is a little bit pricey to do so. As far as if you want to get 3 medals, but let's go back into the event. So we do know the official pricing now, of course, on this event, and this should be the pricing every single time. So let me bring up the little thing. You can end up getting 10 tokens from the event. By 10 tokens from the event, I'm referring to the stages. So on stage 1, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So as you can see, you get 10 of these from here. These you could theoretically get for free, though of course you'd want to contribute some amount to your guild. But assuming that you have a guild that's actively going to be contributing towards this, you should be able to get all 10, and for a pretty decently scaled price. Other than that, if you're going to be buying them up through the shop, it is good to do so up to tier 6, however not any further than tier 6. Up to tier 6 ends up costing you a total of 1,350. First it goes to 30, then 100 total, then 250 total, then 500 total, then 850 total, then 1,350 total, which will end up giving you this final thing over here. When you buy 100, when you end up spending a 1,350, if you're going to go all the way to tier 6, you'll end up getting 15 tokens. So that means that you're going to be spending about 100 gems per token, approximately, a little bit less than that. And you're going to be getting a bunch of other rewards along the way, such as eligible troops that you can use for the events, just more contribution to the event, some legendary ingots, some diamonds, and some other crafting material that basically forms into diamonds, and just like the normal badges and portraits like they normally give. Overall, I'm pretty sure I am going to be buying up to tier 6. However, do keep in mind, this combination of these 2 factors is not enough to get yourself 3 medals of seasons if you want to do that right now. If you want to have 3 medals of seasons and have them by 1 week from now, so that you'd have it for Guild War and all future instances, you will have to spend an additional 1,000 gems and spend 2,350 gems total towards this event. Is that worth it? I'm probably not going to do that. You're actually going to fall too short because you're going to have 25 and you're going to need 2 more. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother doing that. I'll see later in this week if I consider it. But I'm probably just going to go for 2 medals of seasons, which can be done by buying up to tier 6 for 1,350, which saves 1,000 gems. And we'll just have 2 medals and run it with 20%. Because very rarely are you even going to need 3 of them set. Obviously, there are instances where you would end up doing it, but it can definitely change. Let's see. You forgot to make the new event fun. Did no one notice in the beta? You have to keep in mind that this event completely changes every single time. The one that we tested in the beta wasn't even this one. I have yet to ever actually play this event. Quite literally, because I don't even have a single battle into this yet. But you do have to keep in mind that every single event is completely different. And the one that we were testing is not this one. But anyways, hello everyone. I didn't even say hello yet. Hello, Bill. Hello, ArmyXTube. Hello, Birdleaf. Hello, Durbis. Hello, Jarrett. Hello, Drock Savage. Hello, Strodium's Cat. Hello, Dinosuit Girl. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Marcel. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Captain. Hello, Dotero. Hello, Gustavo. Hello, Drock Savage. I feel like I'm repeating so many. Hello, Liz. Hello, Clarence. Hello, T3. Hello, Zex. Hello, Sosich. Hello, Barbara. And hello, Original. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Oh, also, that reminds me. If anyone's interested in joining a guild, which will easily get this entire event done, if you want some of those extra medals, but we need 1 more person. So if anyone can do $1 million plus gold per week and contribute to all of the normal guild-related events, including Invasions, which is now a weekend guild-related events, let me know, because we are still looking for 1 more active member. So if you're level 1,000 plus, 1 million plus gold per week, let me know, as we still have a opening available. Also, hello, Sarah. Hello, Clown Shoes. Hello, David. And hello, everyone else. Okay, so let's go and get into things. Actually, I'm gonna need to take my blinking mail because that'll bother me. I still didn't take the tasks from earlier today. I don't think we're done with all of them yet. We still have a few more, but we're almost there. But let's go grab all this. And also, this new game mode is another way of getting medals. Of course, prior to this game mode, we didn't really have too many other ways of gaining medals. The only real way was Explore. Obviously, we do get a small amount from Guild every single week, as you can see right now as we're collecting them. But now we have a third method, and this is the second best method, since it's technically overall better, I would say, than, or at least as far as the rarity, like, it's actually better than what you get from guild. But yeah, now you can get 25 in a week, once a month, through this new game mode, which is pretty cool, assuming that you buy up to tier 6. Theoretically, you could even buy more, but it's pretty pricey, buying them for 500 gems each just for one. I would not advise doing that. I was expecting them to lower it to at least 200, like a few of the other events, but they didn't end up doing that, which is kind of surprising, because you end up getting a value of less than 100 when you're buying all of them up. If you want to mass buy them, they cost 500 each, which it really is not worth it. I would not advise it. Though I'm pretty sure some amount of people are going to buy 2 just to get 3 seasons, but I don't know, I'm probably going to be holding off on it, save it for like next faction or something, which is around the corner too. This Friday's a invasions event, but I believe next week's Friday, so 2 weeks from today, or not 2 weeks from today, but 2 weeks just event-wise, 2 Fridays from now essentially, will be, I believe, a new faction, so we'll save our gems for that. But anyways, speaking of gems, let's go buy up the packs. I haven't ended up doing that yet, so let's go do that right now. So let's go over to guild, chieftains, and let's go get this thing upgraded. So I'm going to go and collect all of our rewards too, because I'm going to want to get those. We are going to go all the way to tier 6, mostly because I do want to get as many of these tokens as possible. I think I'm going to be doing this every single time as well. And the main reason for this is it's pretty decent value for how many tokens we'll end up getting. Tokens, of course, are a pretty grindy thing. And as far as tokens are concerned, you're probably going to get like a few arachnias per hour if you were to grind Explorer constantly with the meta teams. And you could pretty much just buy it up now, up to a limit per week, though, of course, since the good value only goes up to tier 6. But buying the tier 6, since it theoretically gets about 25 across the entire event, if you count the money that you spend into it and the ones that you get for free from your guild, that ends up coming out to a total of, let's assume you can get about 3 arachnias per hour. That comes out to a total of, what is that, like 8 hours saved as far as time. And you're still getting a bunch of other drops, too. You can still get some legends, mythics, and stuff from the drop table here. The rate is obviously still not excessively high, but it is possible to end up getting any if they're associated to whatever the limitation is of the game mode. But we'll go for that. And nope, we didn't really get anything too good for troop-wise. Well, we got all of our standard stuff, and there we go. So we got another medal, and let's go. Is that actually 2 of them now? I might not even need to claim all my rewards if so. So let me go set over to this magic, and yeah, we do have 2 of them. So we'll go boom, boom, and probably a 20% mana start. We could always do one of them for a, how much bonus is it again for only one? We could do one for a 40% bonus, but I believe we're just going to go for 20% mana start here, most likely, and just do it that way. So yeah, let's do that, because I'm not going to be able to get another whole medal anyways, even if I do go get the badge. So we'll just leave it at that then. So 20% mana start. Actually, that's going to bother me if it's not symmetrical. Hold up. Need to fix this. Must make it symmetrical. Or it kind of is symmetrical already. I just like having my 20% towards the left, not the right. Oh no, it's just something about it. This works better for me. But anyways, there we go. So there's our 20%. Also, keep in mind, this medal only works in this game mode. The wording's a little bit weird on it because it says current event. But when it says current event, it's referring to the game mode of this new world lore event. So the only place that this medal works in is the Council of Chiefs event this week, for specifically right here for these battles. It will not work for anything other than these battles. If you try using it in any other location, it'll do absolutely nothing. And then obviously by the end of this week, when this event no longer exists, it will be converted to seasons, which is a medal that you can use anywhere once it gets converted. But until then, not so much. But anyways, so let's go and get into things then. So let's just go and start with our teams. So we are up to a Groshnock restriction. So as far as what we'll be able to do for this, we're probably just going to spam a big AoE initially. Actually, do we have a skull spam option? Yes, we do. Let me actually go double Fist of Zorn. I think we're actually going to go skull, all in skull. And the main reason for this is we obviously have an absurdly high amount of additional skull damage. So we'll be able to do that to, just get a lot of skull pokes. That's pretty much the game plan with this. And I believe that's all we're really going to need to do. Don't think anything else here actually has skull creation, if I'm not mistaken. One easy way to tell is literally just type in the word skull. Let's see. Oh, of course, so many of you would have a skull-related thing, because if some of you do extra damage based on skulls, fail. But no, I don't think anyone else here creates skulls, though. Doesn't seem like it. I don't see anyone else who does. So we're probably just going to have to go for a mana generator. Don't you create red? So we'll probably just do this. It boosts our issues off for that anyways, and that can refill our Fist of Zorns. You convert out yellow, and now we just want to go for a weapon. As far as weapon, we could early on go for a full AoE Dawnbringer. I think we might just go for a skull weapon, though. Like one of the Doom weapons. Like a, what color are we not using? Like a brown Doom would actually be pretty solid, because we're probably going to use a Titan like hero class anyways a little bit later down the line. So let's go to... Oh, yeah, never mind. Aha! My natural instincts to pick any weapon in the game. One other thing that actually just reminded me, so thanks for bringing that up, game, is the restriction, unlike every other game mode in this game, actually applies to the weapon too. So you are... Right now, it's a Groshnock restriction, and normally we'd be able to use any weapon in the game. But we're actually restricted to just Groshnock. Because, yeah, this is a factor of this game mode. So I don't think any of these actually do create skulls. This was based off of Groshnock, which would be everything except our hero. So that wouldn't be horrifically bad. This new one's for orcs, the one that just came into the game. I should probably go upgrade as well. Not really that good of a weapon, but new weapon nonetheless. So that's maxed. Doesn't Doom Codex have a chance to do skulls? Yes, it actually does. Maybe we'll finally use this Codex weapon. It does scatter damage, +4 per temporary level, which we'll have none. Create a mix of brown gems and skulls for every brown enemy. Give 3 magic to all allies. And if the enemy has a Doom, which it never will in this instance. Oh no, it creates skulls. I'm almost rather just go for Mang at this point. And just super ultra kill everything. That or Earth's Fury, but I highly doubt our hero is really going to be dying. I feel like it's going to be slightly slow of a method. We don't really have a good mana generation option, though. Because we're already going to have red off of that, and we're going to be denying yellow. So neither really sound that enticing. So I might just go with Mang. Might seem like a little bit of a weird placement for the earlier battles, but we'll probably stick with it. And we're still on the path to go level up Monk, so Monk we shall. There we go. And obviously we need to change our banner, of which we'll go to a good minus yellow banner. See if anything under minus yellow is good for this team. A +2 brown, +1 purple doesn't sound too bad. Don't see anything else other than maybe going all in on Fist of Zorn, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, as we would be wanting that for convert. But we'll go for a couple more Mang pokes. Might be needing that as we go later into these battles. Probably not, though. Our skull damage is going to be absurd. We're going to have, what do we have right now? 360% additional damage. That's pretty high. What was it? 180% per thing? I forgot what the medal was already. Oh, no. Oops, I shouldn't have let it get out of page. I think it doesn't save it if we don't click. So let me actually do a battle real quick, just to go and get it saved. Yeah, their stats are going to be really low early on. So maybe we do actually want to run an AoE. But I don't think we actually have an AoE weapon underneath Groshnock restriction. Though the Codex does do scatter, which is kind of like that. But anyways, we already got 2 free kills. So that's easy enough. Let's see. Let's go for this. Even if we don't have alignment, I'm still going for it just so we can poke into poke. And kill it like that. Boom, dead. That is the game plan. Fist of Zorn into ultra instant kill. Everything. And we got 2 skulls for that already. And of course those give 10 points each. And we just keep kind of accumulating more points. Obviously Val Raven's still the same thing. Just colored green this time. As far as those little sigil things. But it ends up working out the same. Also, I believe you always want to do whatever the highest level is. I don't think you would ever actually go to a different one, in this specific one. Some of the other ones are a bit different, but I believe you would want to just farm the highest battle, assuming you're a player who obviously can keep progressing like that. Obviously, if you're newer in the game or mid-game or anything like that, you might want to spread it out. But I believe the maximum amount of points is actually just spamming the hardest battle every single time. So we're going to keep doing that for now. This game mode forces us to not have to do that. But yeah, let me see. How much extra damage are we getting for this again? We're getting 160%. Gosh, 320% extra damage. That is not too bad. That's a little bit over a 3 times multiplier. It's going to be annoying to calculate, though, exactly 320%. But still a really solid amount, nonetheless. Also, I forgot to mention earlier, we do have deeds today, by the way. And some writs, but the writs aren't as relevant. We got 4 brown deeds. Need to make sure to go do those later. But, of course, main thing for now is this new game mode. So let's keep progressing for now. And keep going from there. So let's keep taking this really big battle here. We'll stick with this team for now, and we might revamp hero class or make some other changes as we need to adapt it. But for now, this should be perfectly fine. Also, one other interesting thing about this game mode, though I don't think we see any troops that have it yet, I think it only appears on Mythic Battles, if I'm not mistaken, is it is possible that troops get additional... Oh, here's one. It is possible that troops get additional traits and additional affixes. Traits can be stunned if they're reoccurring, so this one could be stunned. And basically there's extra bonuses, kind of like how the ones work in factions, except they could be pretty much for anything in the entire game, whereas factions are a bit more limited. As you can see right here, this has an additional 25% spell reduction, which obviously is going to do nothing against us since we're going all on skull damage. But do keep in mind you can stun them if they're reoccurring. And some troops will have this, and they're not really that evident that they do have it. I'm not sure why they aren't really that evident. Only bosses will end up having this, so generally only one thing per battle will end up having it. The strongest troop, normally the legend or the mythic. You can actually tell what the boss is generally going to be based on the rarity. So, for example, this is a legend, so we'll know that there's a legend boss here. And if there's a mythic battle, we'll know that's a mythic boss, so on and so forth. But yeah, in later battles, you might have to check it. For earlier battles, obviously, whatever trait they have likely is going to be redundant. But do be mindful, as they will have things here. And they can also have affixes. This one currently does not have an affix. However, affixes cannot be stunned. They cannot be removed. They work just like how the weapon ones do, in that basically when you end up trading up a weapon, you gain additional benefits. And basically any benefit that a weapon currently has, as well as some that might not even exist, they can have as affixes on their ability. And some of them are really strong. I'm not sure they're really going to do this, maybe in the later battles or at some point, but some of them are really strong, like 20% instant kill or barrier or stuff like that. So there's definitely a really, really wide range, since, you know, pretty much anything that a weapon can do, they can end up having on their weapon, and they cannot be stunned. These can, like this one, that can be stunned, but any affix they ever have, which this one currently has none, cannot be stunned. Similar to how if you stun a weapon, all the benefits that we have on the weapon will not actually be removed when we end up casting it. So do be mindful of that. But anyways, let's keep moving forward. And if anyone has any questions, do let me know. If I missed anything, I have to look back in chat. Let's see. Keep focusing so much, I lost track. Let's see. How does one get so many wings? The glory, gold, gems? Mostly we've been playing for so long that we've been able to accumulate such an absurdly high amount of resources. So that's one of the main contributions to why it's so high, is mostly we've just been playing for a very, very long duration of time. And once you reach later into the game, you pretty much everything kind of farms quicker. You get things quicker off a tribute, you get battles won quicker, and just stuff like that. So it just kind of piles on over time. That was a little bit of a bad move. Anything that gets the skulls works. We don't really need to worry about dying yet. Obviously, once we get a little bit later, we'll want to make sure we do that a bit safer. But initially, we don't really need to worry about it. Just go for whatever the quickest option is. Is this update out on Switch yet? I do not believe so. I believe they're waiting until next patch before they release it on Switch. Switch is in a really weird state where it's almost always behind on updates, unfortunately. And that's just kind of on slightly on Nintendo's end because of how they update games on that platform. Because they can do every other console like exactly on time. It has to do somewhat with how Switch's policy is that kind of prevents them from doing a patch every single time the rest of the platforms get a patch. But they will be getting it eventually, obviously. But I do not believe they are getting it until at least like a month or two from now. So do be mindful of that. Yeah, it won't be happening for a little while. Also, hello John, hello Steve. Let's see. Check your adding. You're pretty sure you'll get 3 medals from rewards. I don't know. Did I do the addition incorrectly? I believe that isn't the case. Did I add wrong? Let's see. 9, 12, 14, 15. And I counted 10 here. 15 plus 10 is 25, right? And you need 9 per medal. So you're going to be too short. Am I missing something? Is there like a double drop somewhere that I'm not seeing? Because every single one just shows us 1 token. Unless one of these gives more. I don't know. Do these... Let's see. Let's see if they actually give the exact amount. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So do we get more than 5 for collecting these? Or is it 5? No, just 5. So yeah, I don't see where the extra 2 is coming from. You'd have to buy the packs. But, yeah, where's the rest coming from? It's going to be too short. If you do tier 6 and all stages, it'll be too short of a medal. Because it's 25, and you need 27. But I'm pretty sure I did the math right. Unless one of these is like a 2 or 3 drop, but they all look like a 1 to me. Unless they're marked as a 1 and they give more than 1. but I don't believe that is the case. But yeah, you'd have to buy the final pack twice to get the other two, since it gives one each time. Anyways, back to the tier 30 battle. We'll stick with this team for now. No need to change it yet. Also, hello, analyst. Welcome. Let's see. But we mostly have all those resources from a really long amount of accumulation. Like the gold keys that we opened a few days ago, when we opened a bunch of gold keys, that takes like months, the amount of gold keys that we ended up using. And the only reason why our gold key stack, for one example, is so high is because we've been accumulating over such a really long duration of time, for actually a little over a year now at this point. So right here, don't really see a good option. I obviously want to try keeping yellow on the board if we can help it. So I'm actually just going to waste my Mang, just so he baits himself into giving us something, which he does. So we'll go for that, get our skull, and hopefully get a few pokes here. So we'll take that, take that, take that, take the other skull, and hopefully we had follow-up here. Doesn't look like we do. But yeah, I almost do want to go run that book. I feel like we really need skulls. Skulls would be very, very useful just because of the sheer amount of damage we do. To a point where I don't even think we're going to need Mang. Oh, that one turned into a mythic battle now. Interesting. Wait. That's weird. Why did it change to a level 10 mythic? This one's a lot weirder than the other one. Yeah, I never actually got to play through this game mode during the beta. Well, we'll keep doing this one for now. And see what happens to it if we keep doing it. Yeah, now that it's weaker, I guess we'll go try this weapon now. I'm not going to level it, though. Let's try this weapon. See what happens. And go from there. Also, we will be changing out a monk. I'm just doing it for the free class XP for now. So here we're going to have a mythic. He should have a boss bonus, and he probably will have an affix bonus, too. He doesn't have an affix, but he does have bloodlust, which gives him enrage when an enemy dies. Let's see, does anything here have an affix? No, no affixes anywhere. But for now, we'll go and see if we have any kind of skull alignment, and we do, so we'll go for that. Get our poke, see if we have any drops, grab the poke, let him do his thing, and definitely need to make sure we kill that Valraven out, grab our brown, and that should be a match. And there we go, get our little skull poke to kill it out. The poke of death. And we get 4 skulls for that. Okay, and then it became a level 40. That's kind of weird. Why did it jump back down to level 10? I don't recall it doing that earlier. Man, anyways, that's weird. This game mode's slightly weird. Let's see. We can use Garnock for 50% mana start, but we don't really need it because our whole team is kind of already full mana. Or not our whole team, but you know. We have 2 things starting with Empower. And because that's a main core of our team, we don't really need it much. That's weird. It's actually possible that that creates all brown and no skulls. Weird. Didn't realize that was a thing. Apparently so. Well, we'll grab that, take skull. And I feel like we're never using this thing. Almost feel like putting in another Fist of Zorn, but we also wouldn't use that many. Another 4 skull. But yeah, then it goes back to a 10. That's really confusing. Do we actually have to do a wide range? I don't think that is how it is. That is strange, though. If nothing else, it keeps them weak. But I believe you end up getting higher if you end up going deeper. Anyways, we'll stick with this one for now. It seems to be constantly like going back to a lower one and then like shooting back up. A little weird. Let's see. I'll take that over for now. Grab ourselves a... Oh, what do we even want here? All of it looks bad. We'll stick a brown for now. We'll actually want to cast that book, which is likely going to miss, but if nothing else, it might give us skull alignment. And it does not. Well, it gives us a poke, which I'm so tempted to take just because we need something. There we go. There's our alignment. So we'll grab that, get our poke, and this mass poke at this point. We don't have a good drop, though, unfortunately, so we'll take that one for now. He'll poke us back. We really need a cleanup kind of troop. But luckily our scatter at this point can just kill. Valraven, what are you doing? Don't escape. Don't even think about it. It's attempting. It's thinking about it in its brain. But yeah, then it goes back to a 50. That is so strange. Very weird. Is Spike Mace found in a certain event? It's found during Groshnock. It's available right now in Soulforge. But yeah, we haven't covered the event video yet. It will be after this. By after this, I mean probably tomorrow morning at this point. But we will soon TM. Because at this point, we might as well wait till the invasions is out so I can show it a little bit more with invasions. But if nothing else, we get to actually get a good feel for the event before we end up covering it for the video for the first one. I still have no clue what ends up determining that battle this time around. And the big issue with this game mode is more so it's going to be completely different every single time. So even if we figure out like perfectly how this one works, it could completely change by the time the next one comes around. And while they're all themed like somewhat similarly, it's still can end up being completely different as far as how they end up setting it up. Oh wait, I could have just poked him. Did we already have mana for that? Oh well. Not too big a deal. Go for that for now. Grab this and hopefully find our skull poke there. There we go. And he'd be dead. And then switches to a mythic. I know, where did all these people come from? They wanted to see the new game mode. Let's see. We'll go for skulls for now. Get our nice little poke in there. Did anyone else get any things? They really need to make it better to indicate if something has abilities. It should have been only on that mythic one, but we had no way of really knowing because it doesn't ever show it. They really need to add something to make a mention of it. That is very strange that it keeps going down. I'm not sure if we actually do have to constantly keep changing to all of them just to keep them a high level. Like, spamming one still seems to be moving it upwards, though. Let's see. Oh, so thank you, Decryl. Let's see. Or am I on the beta server? No. You don't see this event on console? Really? That's strange. Was there a glitch with it? It might have been mentioned on the forum. I've been around much today, so that might be why I haven't really been catching up with the forum yet. But I would be surprised if it's glitched to some amount. Oh yeah, I infamously mispronounce everything. Let's see. Question. To anyone on mobile, is the event running really slow for anyone else? I haven't actually tested on mobile yet. Actually, no one in the beta test did because they always just beta test on PC. So there's a possibility that there are issues on console and mobile, mostly because when they do beta testing, like the public beta testing, it is only ever tested PC side. It is never tested on console or mobile. They do that on their own end, but to what capacity, we don't really know. And we already know that the PC version is generally really buggy, and that's as they show it to us. So I could only imagine how buggy the mobile and console side might be sometimes. Also, let me go hand out a redeem code, by the way, too. We are a little bit low, which does remind me. I never mentioned to Salty. I was going to go mention it to her like a bunch of times tonight. I never did make a post to her, so I probably should because we're running low. Let me go hand out a code. I may even do 2 codes today. Also, hello, at Salty. Where's her hashtag thing? Hello, at Salty. Need more codes when you get the chance. Thanks. I'll just leave it at that. Like, short, simple, to the point. Okay, let's go hand out a code. This should be the code I'm looking for. If it's not this one, it's the one below. But we'll hand out 2 codes this stream. Might as well. Since we have so many more people, things are going to go so quick anyways. These only have a few hundred claims, which is almost how many people are watching right now. Let's see. We'll take that. Move that over. But make sure to take this quickly. Use it on gemsofwar.com with the game code section. So if you want to start heading there now. But here's the link to it. You can just click that link as well. But there it is. There's the redeem code. To use it, you go to your settings. Go under settings. Go to whatever your bottom left says right there is what you put in for invite code. And then your redeem code is right over there in chat. And we'll have another one in a little bit, which is the one that is GDH and then all the other random letters and numbers. Just copy that. And it gives the same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. I'll have another one in a little bit. But there you guys go. And also, what was this server thing about? At roughly 3:18 GMT, servers will be unavailable for up to 30 minutes while maintenance is performed. Oh, okay. Just a maintenance call. That's all that is. Anyways. Also, did I get my Groshnak star yet? I think I did from the troop. Actually, did I even bother buying up the troop yet today? I feel like I didn't. Nope, I probably didn't. We can go get a star off of Groshnak, most likely. Let me go buy my Spoils of War. You should always do that each week if you have the spare glory. It's pretty good value. The 1 event key is worth more than 180 glory you put in. So, worth always doing that. Let's go get this thing to max. This troop is useless, though. So you're never going to use it for anything. But I'll still get it up nonetheless. Too bad he doesn't have skull spam on him. If he had that, even if it was a bad skull spam, he'd at least be useful. But no. And why is there so much green-blue from this kingdom? It's a really weird color combination to have a lot of from this kingdom. But there is. But anyways, let's go get a max because I need it for kingdom upgrade. Upgradable. Where is he? There he is. Upgrade. Boom. Ascend. Boom level. And boom traits. Done. Easy as that. Also, you can stock up on green blues if you want to do that for various things like Web Spinner and other really good legends. There's quite a few decent green blues out there. Apothecary is another one that comes to mind immediately. But definitely look at what green blues you have, or even just in general, as there's a pretty good stock of them. It's worth considering getting a lot of them up. Anyways, that should be a Groshnak star. Where's Groshnak? Wait, is that not a star? Did I forget to level him? Wait, did I do all that and forget to level? Who's not level 20 here? Where's the guy I just leveled? Or did I just upgraded? Did I really just forget to level him as I did all that? Where is he? There he is. What level? No, he's level 20. Who is not upgraded here? Oh. Weird. Vorkorn. I never gave him his final level. Let's go do it with an orb. He's been level 19 this entire time. I did him with an entire event at level 19 then. This entire time I forgot to level him. That's a fail. I think it might have been because I only got him to Legend during the event, maybe. And then at some later point he got to Mythic. And then I just forgot to level him. But yeah, that's weird. But yeah, for the Tower of Doom event, I just forgot to upgrade him. That or after the fact. But anyways, nonetheless, there we go. And now we have 15 star. Which I believe is just some extra gold per month or something. Or per day, I mean. Yeah, it's just an extra 1,000 gold per day. Not that much, but hey, it adds up. 1,000 a day. But anyways, back to the events. Councils of Chiefs. Also, Soulforge this week. It is worth mentioning. Haven't covered the video yet, but still worth mentioning that a few good things are here. And by a few good things, I should just say Earth's Fury. There's a few things here to craft, but Earth's Fury is the only really relevant one. Of course, you saw the Doomed Codex we were using, not really worth going out of your way for. Spiked Mace is rather useless. String of Teeth you should just get through the event and not bother buying through Soulforge. So the only one really worth going for is Earth's Fury. However, Earth's Fury is extremely good to go for. It's the best invasion weapon in the game. And that's even more relevant this week because Invasions is this Friday. Invasions is now a weekend event, so that's a new thing. Or, you know, it's not a new game mode, but it's new that it's specifically on the weekend. But, yeah, it'll take less time to do. Obviously, they'll be lowering down the rewards that you need to do. Or not the rewards. The rewards will still be the same. But the amount of time you need to do to get to each reward will be lowered. So that's easier to do. But nonetheless, Earth's Fury is still a great invasion weapon and a great weapon in general. It's one of the best attack buffing weapons in the game. As well as just one of the best attack buffs in the game. And it ends up upscaling because it gets the boost ratio off armor. It's basically a Mang-like weapon. Very similar to Mang too. It's basically Mang, but distributes the attack across your entire team. And overall, actually gives more attack than Mang. However, it gives less to each individual troop. But still, overall, a great option to have and highly advised getting. And yeah, you should ideally not leave this week without Earth's Fury. It's a pretty high up there weapon. You probably don't see me using it too often, but it's still a really great utility to have. And I would advise crafting it. But anyways, let's go and keep going. So, oh no, I have no clue which battle was the battle we were doing now. Not like I don't even think it matters. But, which one should we go for? Let's go for the... Let's go for this middle one. Also, are all three of them the same one right now? I'm not even sure. But let's go for this one. Yeah, I just been taking it by whatever the highest score or highest rarity is. If I see a mythic, I take the mythic. If I see a high level, I take the high level. You should always be taking the most difficult battle. This format seems really weird, but whatever the highest level is, you should be taking. The highest level or the highest rarity. I'm not sure which one actually matters more, but whichever one is overall highest, you should consider doing for each one of these battle sets, regardless of what it ends up giving you. Well, if nothing else, this game mode is pretty accessible to newer players, with how low they are, at least starting out, if nothing else. Or at least this week it is. It can change from week to week, of course. Well, so far, the highest level has also been highest rarity, but I guess it might be possible that both of them do not align. But so far, every single time that we've been doing it right now, it seems to be aligning, that both are the same. So yeah, like as you can see, our highest rarity is also our highest level right now. It's a level 30, so we'll take this one. What are your recommendations on Doomed Codex? Instead of Doomed Codex, you can just run a Mang-like weapon, like Earth's Fury or Mang itself. You did not get penalized, at least this week, though it might change from week to week. But this particular week, you do not get penalized for your losing troops. So you don't necessarily need to worry about it dying. So if you wanted to sacrifice it out, it wouldn't really matter. Not like you would really want to unless you were doing the Earth's Fury route. But yeah, you could just easily do a Mang or Earth's Fury for it. Level 25, what a weird level for it. So what bonus does he have? Bloodlust, so he just ends up getting that. We haven't seen any affixes yet, unless one of them has one that we just didn't notice because we killed it. Should we craft it? You're on the fence about it. Doomed Codex? No, I would not craft Doomed Codex, no. I highly advise not to craft this weapon. I'm using it right now, but I definitely would not go out of your way to get it. It's a really expensive weapon that you're almost never going to use, except for literally right now, and I might not even be using this weapon later this week. Because as we actually get to higher, more difficult battles, I don't feel like I'd be using it at all. So now we have 3 15s. But they're all epic, so not really sure which one to go for here. So do any of them have affixes now? Let's see. No, 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 and no. No traits and no affixes. Interesting. So, hello, Juan. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Oh, we'll go for that for now. It doesn't give us any value yet, but we'll find the value. We'll take that for now. Grab our Cascaded Skull. Grab the other skull. And Codex should be enough to kill it. Oh, no, this isn't the largest stream audience we've ever had, though it's really high. And thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Largest we ever had was, I believe, about a 230 or so. And it was for one of the patches. I forget which one. I'm pretty sure 5.0 patch will have a really, really, really large audience. And, of course, right now, one of the main reasons why we have a little bit higher is this is the first ever game mode of this new game mode. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they end up doing with it into future events. I do feel like it might be really hit or miss what they end up doing for the event some weeks. As some weeks, as already mentioned in chat, might be more fun than others. And this is one of the ones that's it's probably more towards the average side. But we'll kind of see over time what they end up doing with it. Because the way that they ended up making it, they can make these events into almost anything they want. So they might even take suggestions on it to the future, who knows. But we'll just kind of have to wait and see. Like, the fact that you fight on the board on this map, that always stays consistent. But the way that they set up the scoring and the way that they set up the battles, like how it cycles, can be changed. Let's see. We'll take that for now. Also, I feel like we haven't used this a single time because I don't want to even get rid of my skulls. We tend to have enough Fist of Zorns that doesn't even matter. And just not really sure what else we replace it with. There's not that many options. I'm kind of surprised with how much enrage Groshnak Kingdom has that it doesn't have more options to do skulls. It just seems really weird, given that it's kind of a really skull-oriented kingdom, yet you don't actually really get many skull options from it. It just seems like a really, really weird combination of factors. But that is what it is. Kind of surprised we don't really have anything for it, though. Like, what do we have? Fist of Zorn. And while she is one of the better skull spammers in the game, since she has Empower skull spam at the start of battle with an attack gain, which is honestly one of the best combinations, among one of the better ones, there just isn't really much else. Like, you have this book, I guess, but it's not even that good. They should have made it so waves of higher and higher level troops keep coming at you in the same match until your team gets wiped out. That would be a very, very fun way of doing it as well. I think their biggest concern with that is the game doesn't function up to a point when the battle goes on for too long. So they would have a slight issue with that. It wouldn't for the first several hundred kills, but the longer the battle goes on, a little bit glitchier it can kind of get. That's only if it goes on for like a very, very, very long time, though. Like if you end up getting like dozens upon dozens of kills. It's one of the reasons why they even put a kill cap as well. Did he really just agile that? Let's see. We'll take that over, take that over. Grab that for now. Yeah, the battles are getting harder. They're doing so in a really weird format, though. But they are definitely getting harder. Nonetheless. So right here, let's get the skull. He luckily does not agile us. That's always horrifically bad when he does. But I'll take that for now. At least it wasn't like a consequential instance. The worst time an agile occurs is like Guild Wars. When you're expecting to get that kill and it's like, nope, no kill for you. Kill denied. We'll get our poke over there, take the other poke, good to go. I really need to go replace that wolf. We haven't casted this a single time. And hey, monk level. But let me go replace this wolf. What do we really have that's not 100% useless from this kingdom? I know it's not much, but come on, kingdom, give us something. Let's see. What's the new guy do again? Doesn't he crate red? I'd rather just use the wolf at that point. Crate red, boosted by orc allies and enemies. Give one attack to all. Why is the attack gain so low? I thought I misread that earlier when I read it last night. But no, his attack gain is literally just that low. Why is that a thing? They seemed like they were like making the card and then they forgot to finish it or something. Like that's just so weird. Oh, we definitely don't want a third Fist of Zorn. 2 is barely even useful. Or, you know, they're useful, but third would kind of be redundant because the amount of yellows still left on the board, or lack thereof. You just gain souls, so I guess we could do that if we wanted some free souls. There's nothing good in this kingdom. I guess we could use a mana generation option. Destroy a column, then explode 2 random gems for every yellow destroyed. I guess we're just going to use this thing for mana, because we do not really have much else. Plus, he synergizes color-wise. Actually, so much so, I almost feel like using a useless color weapon. Stop using Codex and just let him mana generate. Or if nothing else, board control. Oh, but then we won't get skulls off of Codex, though. I guess we'll just leave it as is. But anyways, I'm actually going to put him in front of the Fist of Zorn just so we can get a cast in. But then again, what's the real point of feeding back? Well, I guess to kind of clear out the board and hope for skulls off the sky. But without a Skull Storm, that's not really that useful. Gosh, almost every option we get is useless. This kingdom does not have much other than Fist of Zorn. It's a really lackluster kingdom. Have 4 times Gargantar. We're not going to run for it. I don't even own 4 times Gargantar. I think I own 2 copies of him, if even that. Yeah, Gargantar is one of the worst mythics in the game. No longer does he have title worst mythic anymore, though. I think he's the 3rd worst. But I believe Fist of Zorn is absolute worst now, which is also from the exact same kingdom. Both of the mythics that are available for this kingdom are just 2 worst in the entire game, or among 2 of the worst. So this boost ratio is off a yellow, right? Oh, I could have taken that purple, but oh well. We'll go throw this down, get our skull hopefully somewhere. It's good. Get our poke, pokey poke. And I don't really have anything good with Zorns, so I guess we'll just pass our turn until something happens. And that is something. There we go. Would Krog the Dread still eat if not in first slot? No, it has to be in first slot. And it's only 5% chance. Its chance is very, very, very low. And unlike in the past when it was super broken, like when Great Maul had the 15% Devour, because the trait used to be on Great Maul before they moved it to Krog the Dread. But it no longer multi-triggers, so if you take 3 skulls simultaneously, it'll only trigger 5% chance, whereas before it used to trigger multiple, however many you did simultaneously is how many chances you would get, and it was really glitchy. But they ended up making it so all traits have a cap of 1. They ended up doing that about a year and a half, 2 years ago or so, and it ended up balancing out a lot of things, but it also made quite a few things a lot weaker. And Krog the Dread was one of those instances that ended up becoming quite a bit weaker with the adjustment that they ended up making. However, the only time it does do multi is if you end up getting it off of Cascade. So, for example, if you take a skull and it cascades into another skull, that will both have a chance of 5%. However, that's the only instance where it would get a multi-trigger. And even then, it's only 5%. It's a pretty low chance that it would occur. But if you needed something to try to upscale, I guess you could. But I feel like the best way if you're trying to upscale this event is just to run Mang. Like, run Titan Mang or something like that. You have access to Mang, you have access to Earth's Fury. Those are probably your two best ways to upscale this game mode if you're looking for a way to do so. If you don't have other options. And generally, there isn't really much options. There's like two things. Use Mang, use Earth's Fury, or use Fist of Zorn. Like, any combination of that. And for the earlier battles, you can kind of use this book. Keep in mind, for the later battles, I will not be using this book. I'll most likely be switching to Mang or Earth's Fury if I find we're losing troops. Obviously, we're not at a point where we're really losing anything yet. Though it doesn't matter if we actually have deaths. It matters if we lose the battle, but any amount of deaths does not actually affect our score whatsoever. Okay, we'll go for Fist of Zorn here just to get some skulls going. Hopefully he'll cascade us into one, which he unfortunately does not. So I guess we just pass our turn. Do a little bit of explosion there. Kind of clear out the board, and he's dead. Use that as more of a board clear option to hopefully just randomly get skulls onto the board. Okay, what's the highest battle here? They're all 30, so we'll just take whatever. So how are we doing for leaderboard? I'm pretty sure we're nowhere near it yet, but how is leaderboard looking? So leaderboard right now is around 4,260 points to end up making it on. And we haven't gotten another reward tier yet. Need quite a bit for that. Obviously soloing it will not be the case. So where were we as far as guild? We're kind of right in the middle right now. How are we doing as far as overall skulls? So apparently about 2 battles behind on that. Assuming it's the same amount of battles. But anyways, let's take this one for now. Go to that. Also, hello, Chad! Welcome! Uriali's not too bad. Uriali's definitely not like one of the better mythics in the game. However, its most noteworthy aspect is it does have the best poison in the game, and this is obviously really good for something like Scorpius, which is currently the meta for farming Explore 12. So while she doesn't use for much, she does have her purpose within the game, even though she is somewhat seemingly useless on paper. But in some synergies, she's actually not that bad. She's also occasionally used in some true damage teams. However, ever since Sister of Shadows ended up coming into the game, or not Sister of Shadows, Mother of Darkness, I mean. Ever since Mother of Darkness came into the game, there wasn't as much a need to really use Uriali in like a true damage kind of poke damage over time team. Mostly because bleed is much better than poison. So you would just use you would use Mother of Darkness instead because she's just a better option. And if you need like an option for that for a true damage team. So we're gonna full mana on that automatically. Ideally I want to keep this as is, so we'll try for Sky Skull for that. And we got one, nice. That's exactly what we're aiming for. We'll go for this and just hope we randomly get a skull. And nope, and we'll just kill it out with that. Wait, why did it create 0 skulls? I thought it creates a mix of 3 or 6 brown and skulls regardless. Scatter damage +4 per tempering level. Create a mix of 6 brown gems and skulls for every brown enemy. Oh! I thought it was default that and then it boost ratioed based on enemies. My bad. Weird. So if the enemy has no amount of browns, it actually creates no skulls or brown. That is such a weird weapon. This is why I always said these weapons are useless. Like, quite literally, the only good Doom weapons are the full AoE Doom weapons. The ones that do full AoE with Doom Skull creation. Every single other one is so bad. I'm not sure why, but they are. Yep, that's not what I want. We'll take that, get our Zorn poke. Luckily it's frozen. And oh, he needs 2 more pokes. Unfortunately, we do not have an extra turn poke anywhere. However, I'll take this one because it'll give us free red if he takes it the right way, and he does. And can I drop that? No. Can't drop anything. Nope. And he does not count as what we need him to. I'm still going to do that just to pass my turn. Just to hope he does something dumb like that, as it's AI, and that's what it normally does. And there we go. Easy as that. What team is that, Drock Savage? Is it one for the event, or is it for something else? Oh, never mind. You were answering something for Bill. What was Bill asking about? Let's see. Shade of Zorn can at least summon troops. Gargantor can't do that. Yes, but Gargantor can actually kill. Shade of Zorn can't really kill. which means he also can't really get summons because he only summons when he gets kills. Should we spend 900 diamonds to craft that weapon for this event? No, do not craft this weapon. I mentioned that earlier, and I should probably keep mentioning it. Do not go out of your way to craft this weapon. This weapon is actually really useless. I'm just using it because for this lower level range, it's okay. But it's a really, really bad weapon. I'm going to be switching to Meng once we reach later battles. Actually, we're almost to the point where we almost need to switch to Meng now. But we will be soon. So we'll do that for now. Unfortunately, everything that we could have gotten value off of there completely missed. I probably should. I normally don't advertise in global chat these days, but I probably should so we could try reaching 200 viewers. It's been ages since we had 200. Would be nice. Oh, another mythic one there. Yeah, I guess we'll go say hi to global. At least to the first 3. Say hi to everyone. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Oops, that's not how keyboarding works. I am streaming the new lore event. I'm just going to call it lore event on YouTube, or I should say Gems of War. Or I'll just say Gems of War event. New Gems of War guild event on YouTube at Tacet the Terror. If anyone is interested, we'll have another redeem code soon. I can't type. I'm gonna go do the emoji thingy. Where's the one I want? Where's the treasure chest? I love the treasure chest. It's probably my favorite emoji. Or not my overall favorite, but the one I probably use the most. But anyways, I'm gonna go grab that. Let's go say hi to like the first 5, I guess. Obviously, we're not gonna spam all 999. Let's see. We'll get one there. We'll get one there. Let's see. Also 181. Also, if we can somehow hit 200, I will give out the super big code. I believe I have some amount of super big codes left. I'll still be handing out another code regardless. But if we somehow hit 200 this stream, I will give out the code that has 25 gems in it, which is the biggest code I currently have. Let's see. And we'll also do 5 there. There we go. Saying hi to the first 5 globals, and then we'll head back to 1. Because 1 is the best global. There we go. Okay, anyways, where were we? Let's keep going. I don't think we need to change anything else there, so let's keep moving forward. How do they justify the randomness of the event whilst being super restrictive on us? They were kind of just trying to go for something that would be more kingdom-oriented, and its implementation is definitely a little bit towards like the weirder side. But I don't know. Overall, I don't really mind it too much. Because they're kind of just trying to make it all related to the kingdom. It does have a little bit of a bounty hunter kind of issue, though. In that it feels like you're fighting the same battle most of the times. Which is because you'd use almost the same team as well as the same battle. While some kingdoms might have more diversity in what you'll actually be able to use, and some restrictions, because some restrictions will actually be really interesting. For example, one new restriction type that we'll have is double troop type, which is a restriction we've never had for any kind of game mode before. And by troop type, I mean the role that they have, or I should say troop role, not type. But for example, this thing counts as a support role, and this thing counts as a, I forgot what that's called. I just call it the 666 one. Because it gives 6, 6, and 6 to attack, HP, and armor. I forget what it's called, though. But for example, let's just say those 2 are the roles. We could use anything that had those roles in the entire game, and the amount of diversity you could do with your teams is much higher than, let's say, like a single kingdom restriction or a single typing restriction. You'd have a lot more leeway if you were to have a double role restriction, which into the future we will be having for some of these. Like, the restriction range that they can end up having for these is very, very wide. And some of them give you a lot of interesting options that you wouldn't normally build, while still actually giving you options. Like right now, it's kind of just like the standard, oh, hey, here's a kingdom restriction, and nothing really too special. But some of them will be quite a bit different than that, and will open up a lot of possibilities. What to grab here? We'll take, let's grab this for now. Let's see. They're more concerned about story and less about functionality. Well, they definitely wanted to try find some way of adding lore to the game. So that they were definitely pretty adamant about. And that's obviously what they ended up doing with this event. But as far as functionality, I'm not really sure how to describe this game mode. It's not really much like raids or invasions. I don't know. It's weird overall, I would say, is the bottom line. Like, it's not the most creative of game modes. And it's one that you'll probably get done quicker than quite a few other game modes that we've had in the past. Like, I feel like this cycle for getting done this event is actually quicker most of the weeks than something like almost any other game mode, other than like maybe Tuesday event and stuff like that. But, you know, as far as like the guild-wide events, as far as the amount of time that it ends up taking, I do feel like this is actually one of the quicker ones other than Guild Wars, which I believe Guild Wars is the absolute quickest, just because you take like 15 minutes a day or less and boom, it's done. But it's at least going to have a higher speed perspective, and from not having to spend as much time in the game, I think is what they were kind of going for with this event. I feel like more so than anything, because not only does it give you options to take really cheap battles if you want to go down that route, but they've been trying to minimize the amount of dailies in the game over time. And I believe that might have been one of the biggest roles they were trying to do with this new game mode. Because it doesn't take as much time as other game modes. Like, we'll probably be done with it by tomorrow. There's a good possibility. That's also because a lot of people in my guild might be buying higher packs, but still, there is a possibility we will quite literally have it done by tomorrow, which is pretty rare for a week-long guild event. But I think that was their main goal, more so than anything, because they've been trying to kind of reduce down daily grind, because it has been starting to get increasingly higher over time. And they've been trying to find ways to kind of cut it back without like completely nerfing resources within the game or anything. So this might have been kind of one of their ways to do that, given its lower duration of time for completion. Because like right now, we could go just take the 30 battle, get a nice quick easy kill, and while we're overall probably going to be getting less points for it, obviously we can kill through these really, really quick if you're just constantly taking the lowest option possible. 15 minutes a day for Guild Wars. I don't know. I feel like it could take up to like 30 or 45. It really depends how much you're focusing on them. But I feel like on average I do take 15 minutes a day when I do it. It really depends on how difficult my battles are and what team we have to use for the given day. Like if we have like really overpowered meta to use on a given day, like Yellow Day has a lot of really decent stuff, then it's probably going to go a lot quicker. But if it's a day where we don't have as many good options, I feel like Blue Day is still one of those days. Red Day is still kind of clunky. You tend to go possibly a little bit longer because it takes longer to cycle through it all. Let's see. We'll go for that for now. Go for that and hopefully get... Oh, never mind. Yeah, we still get skulls. Perfect. And then he's dead. Feels so weird being able to hit so much higher on our skulls. It's really hard to calculate out how much damage we have too. We'd have to take whatever our skull is and multiply it by 5.2. With how much multiplier we have. Sorry, not 5.2. 3.6. Wait, what's our multiplier again? Hold up. How much do we have? 3.2. I would have to take whatever our damage output is and times it by 3.2 to know how much we're actually getting. Wait, does a guild task reward that only gives 2 epic ingots? Oh yeah, I believe that's the first task on Brown Tree or something. I was gonna say, it seemed like a really weird thing to just randomly see there. But anyways, let's keep going. Let's go back to the event right over here. And as I mentioned, if we can reach 200 viewers, we'll hand out a super big code. And we'll have another code regardless. We'll hand out the bigger one if we can actually hit 200, which will be the first time in a very long time that we actually hit it as well. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them as well, if I missed anything. Also, hello, Enoch. Let's see. If you take a shop at tier 4, you get 3 tokens. So you get 3 medals of seasons in the end, buying tier 6. Wait, what? If you take a look at the shop, tier 4, you get 4 tokens. Let me go reread that again. I believe I calculated it out when I did it, right? Oh, tier 4 does give 3 tokens. Oh, I completely missed that. You're right. My bad. You actually get 118 tokens by buying it up. Never mind. You are correct. So that means by... Okay. Yeah, I was wrong. I did add it up wrong, just because I didn't notice that one gave tokens. But yeah, you're all right. Never mind, you wouldn't have to buy tier 7 at all. That would still be helpful for going through the event. Yeah, you'd only have to go to tier 6 to have 3 seasons. Because assuming your guild gets up to stage 11 completion, which if you're going that far, you're probably going to get stage 12 completion anyways. At stage 11 completion with a tier 6 buy, you would have them all. But yeah, I didn't see that earlier. Yeah, you're right. There's 3 tokens there. I did not notice that. Because when I was looking at tokens for counting them up, I was only looking at the one that said specifically the token amount down there. Because that's how all of them were. However, this one is different. It says it right there rather than there because the weapon goes there instead. But yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, you would have 1 spare. You would have 28 total tokens from completing out the event and the thing. So you'd have 1 whole spare, meaning you only need stage 11, not stage 12. Though obviously you'd probably have stage 12 completed by then. But yeah, we will have 3 seasons then. Obviously, we don't get those until a week from now, though. Next Monday, we'll finally have 3 seasons to use, which is one of the bigger things that also came in with this patch. As 3 seasons is one of the better medal setups in the game. It ends up giving 4 HP attack and armor per medal of seasons. And obviously, you can have 3 of them set, which also makes Arachnia useless. Why they didn't buff it, I do not know. We are probably going to be getting Arachnia buff into the future. However, for whatever reason, they did not do it with this patch. So Arachnia, at least for this patch in this current state of the game right now, is completely useless. There is no point in Arachnia right now. It's just dead content until they change it. Don't get rid of all your Arachnias because they are likely going to buff it. Likely to 6 attack. However, it has not been confirmed that they're going to buff it to 6 attack, but it seems like the logical thing that they would do. Hello, Jack. Welcome. And thank you for that. Greatly appreciated. Let's see. Do we have a lineman there? No, we don't. So let's grab around for now. Also, we really need to change to a different weapon soon. I think we're going to change the Mang for now, here 4th. Because we're barely even using this weapon anyways. And Mang's really safe. We might even switch to Titan instead of Monk soon. Just because Titan is the better option. Mostly because we have half mana start. So we can do that for a quick Mang. Do we have alignment for anything? Though we're still one-shotting everything. So to a degree, we kind of don't need it. But this weapon is so inconsistent. What do we even grab here? Let's take that for now and hope for something off the sky. Didn't get it. Kind of want to pass my turn. I don't have anything that can pass my turn, though. If we had Mang, we could. Let's see. We'll go Ring Gain Barrier, I guess, just out of safety's sake. And hope we get randomly lucky off of that. Nope. Okay. Luckily, he gives us that. I'm just going to have to go for it. We have Barrier right now, so I'll speed up the battle even though we take some damage. By some damage, I mean just him poking our Barrier. Double poke. Nice. 1 more hit is all we need, and we can do it off the other Zorn. There we go. Yeah, let's go finally switch over to Mang now. I'll just use that for now. Mythic Battle. Switch over to a Mang. Yeah, we'll go Mang. I was thinking like maybe one of these other weapons, but I don't know. All of them seem kind of useless. Not a single one's going to be really helping us much. Like, Mang and Earth's Fury will be your overall best things later on because you might need it to still one-shot them. But given how many medals we have to do so, I don't think we're ever not going to be one-shotting. Because especially once we get that other medal completed for 3 of them, that's a lot of additional damage. Like a really ridiculously high amount. I just realized how not centered the viewer count is. It's so large. The number is not used to being so large that it's not even like remotely centered into the icon thing. I'll need to fix that later. Normally I have it like moved over more because of it normally being 2 digits long. Whenever it reaches like really large 3 digits, it's like bloats out and makes it bigger than the orb. I could always just make the circle orb a little bit bigger in Photoshop, which is where I made it in initially anyways. Also, I need to still find something else to do with the overall layout. I was kind of like working on it and then I stopped. And I wanted to do it myself, but I'm not sure if I'll commission it out or something. But I still kind of want to do it myself. Like, we could easily find something for it. Still need to find another program to do chat with too. It's been so glitchy lately. As you guys, and luckily it's been working properly this stream, but as you guys know lately, it's been not wanting to function correctly for whatever reason. Not sure why, but it's been doing that. If we can get 10 more viewers for 200, we're almost there. We'll hand out the super big code. Let's see. We'll take the 110 battle here. If anyone still has questions, let me know. Hey, Drunk Savage, what's your team? That or I can go get it off of YouTube real quick. Because I don't have a thingy open for that right now. Let me go find it. Let's see. Where's my own channel? Oh, yeah. I haven't even leave a like on my own stream. I got to go do that. Let's see. Where's my channel? Just type in Gems of War. It'll literally be like the first thing. There it is. So we'll go grab that. Click on this. Did Keylime not cover a video yet? I noticed he's not on front page. Because normally if he covered a video, or any of us covered a video, it would be on front page. Has he not? Let me see. Gems of War Keylime. I assume he would have by now. I didn't yet, obviously, though we're streaming right now. Let's see. No, he did not. Actually, he hasn't covered a video last week either. What happened to Keylime? I know he went away. I didn't realize he stopped doing everything, though. He hasn't done anything for over 2 weeks now. Did he catch the corona? Oh, no, I shouldn't say that on stream. I'm going to get demonetized now. You're not allowed to say that word and be monetized. It's like a bad word for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. It's really weird. But anyways, let me go do the thing. Also, they keep trying to advertise me the lottery. The South Carolina lottery. The lottery is a complete waste of money. Never played a lottery. Let's see. Okay, let me go see what team you were talking about. Oh yeah, I can't actually see what it is until I do my battle. That would help. I kind of have to be out of a battle to check it. Oh, I should have taken that skull first. Oh well. Got a really lucky cascade, so I guess we'll take it. So grab that. Take another skull for that. We'll take that first, and then we won already. Oh, no, we didn't. Oh, we finally didn't one-shot. What is this madness? We'll take that. Dead. There we go. Apparently, it's actually possible not to one-shot. So, good thing we switched to Mang, as we'll be needing that soon. But anyways, let me see what team you were doing here. On class event, we don't need that anymore. Paste team. You're doing it with Groshnock? Yeah, I guess you can get some orc summons, but most orcs are in Groshnock anyways. I can't recall which ones actually do get summoned that aren't in there. But, I don't think there was anything too enticing. It would really go out of your way for much. And he doesn't really need half mana to start. Like, you can do it into your hero on Barbarian. Like, if you want to level Barbarian some, if nothing else. Like, if you didn't want to use Monk. But I feel like you'd want to go Monk or something else that you might want to level. Just because Barrier on every Brown is pretty useful. Let's see. Oh, he has been streaming. Okay. He just hasn't been posting videos. Do you now know the requirement for a Medal of Seasons? Is it direct trade on the event medals? It's a direct trade. So whatever the amount of medals you have right now is what it ends up converting over to. So, for example, if we go over to our... let me just close that out, just so it doesn't lag the stream any. But if we go and go over here and check how many medals we have underneath this, it actually shows a full breakdown right here if you end up clicking on any of your Medal of Chiefs this week. So as you can see here, we have 2 tokens of Chiefs right now, 1 badge of Chiefs, and 2 medals of Chiefs. All of these will be directly converted into medals of Seasons. So if the event was to end right now, we would have 2 medals of Seasons, 1 badge of Seasons, and 2 tokens of Seasons. Keep in mind, outside of the event, there's no way to gain Seasons. So whatever you have by the end of this event week, you will not be able to get Seasons again until another month from now when the event switches over to this event again. You know, not this exact event, but it'll be a different event, but you know, the rewards will still be the same. It'll be a different token as well. However, it still converts over to Season. Like for example, the next week's or next month's token might be extra magic damage. However, even though it's a completely differently named token, it will be giving you, it will still convert over to Seasons. All 3 of the new tokens that come through this game mode will be converted to Seasons by the end of the event. So basically all these values that you see right here will just be the values to how many Seasons you would have in a week from now when the event ends. And that happens at the end of every single one of these lore-related events, and they just all get converted to Seasons. They might be converted to other things into the future as well. However, currently all of them get converted to Seasons, regardless of which one of the 3 it is. Which seems kind of weird. I kind of would have thought they might do like 3 different ones. Kind of like how Tower of Doom kind of has like a 6-cycle thing, 1 per color. But yeah, they're only converting them into Seasons. Unfortunately, it would have been cool to see if we got like more medals than that. But we will be getting more medals over time. As they add more game modes to the game, we will be getting additional medals. And obviously, Medals of Seasons being the first new medal that we've ever gotten since the initial release of medals added to the game. I know, they did end up making Sunspear great again. Also, 199 viewers! Come on, one more. And we'll finally hit the nice 200 milestone again. But I think the highest we've ever had is 220. I'm not sure if I actually hit it this stream. But it's somewhere around there. I forget the exact number. I know we've hit over 200 before. It's around 220, 230. It's still a nice milestone to hit 200 again. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. And for any of you that don't know, we do stream Gems of War every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is an hour and 15 minutes prior to now every single day. And we've been for years now, and we'll continue for years more. As long as Gems of War still exists, we shall. And even if it doesn't, they'll probably be releasing another game that will get decently big, like Gems of War. Though, of course, Gems of War has been their biggest project for the last forever. Since 2013. It's been like a big project of theirs. It released in 2014. And they're probably going to be releasing another puzzle quest into the near future. They keep denying that they're working on it, but they're working on it. They're probably working on it. Let's see. What do we even grab here? We'll take that for now. We'll grab, what do we want here? We don't really have a good alignment here. We'll just take that for now. He's going to hit on barrier anyway, so it's not going to matter. Oh, I thought we'd have a follow-up skull. No, we don't have a follow-up. Why? We'll try for Sky Skull. Didn't get it. Come on, give us an option. Do I have another Sky Drop anywhere? No. So might just poke with Mang or something. Because we don't seem to have anything here. Now we'll go for the board control option. And see if that gives us anything. So I can't drop this. I don't really have a good option here. I guess we'll do this and hope he doesn't really explode that much and try for a skull there. Didn't get it. But at least we have enough yellow on the board that we might be able to hit. So we'll take this, take it again, and then he's dead. There we go. Easy as that. You see a 202? Oh yeah, it does show 200 on stream. It doesn't show it on my live stream, but it shows it on there. So yeah, apparently we have hit 200, so I'll take it. We'll do it. So, big code time. I'm actually not even sure if I have any big codes left. I assume I do. I didn't actually double check. If not, we'll just give out 2 smaller codes, which is pretty much the same value. But I should have big codes left. Let me go double check. One moment. Let me go check my big code section and see how many we might have left, which is not that many. But this one or the one below should work. And assuming all these are marked correctly, we have about 10 more big codes left. And we might give out the next one on Easter, because I believe that's the next big holiday. I guess technically St. Patrick's Day, but consider this your St. Patrick's Day code. Oops, that's already used. Okay, so one that isn't marked is already used, so that's a bad sign. Is this one used too? Okay, there we go. I just forgot to mark that one. So I'm going to go mark it down right now, because these are really important to mark. Otherwise, I will forget which ones I used, as I just did. So we marked these 2 then. But it does indeed work. And let's see if it still gives the bigger loot. It should. We'll save that. Put that right over there. Copy, copy. Let me go get this to you guys. Put that right over there. Paste that in. Copy, copy the whole thing. Let's see. Did it give the better loot? Should be. There we go. Nice. There you guys go. Here's the big code. The 25 gem code. Thank you, everyone, for helping us to reach 200 viewers again. There you guys go. And use that code on gemsofwar.com with the game code section, or simply click that link. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says in the bottom left corner right over here is what you put in. Redeem code is right over there in chat, the one with WX and all these other random letters. And it gives a better reward than normal of 25 gems, 5,000 gold, and 500 souls. There you guys go. Enjoy, everyone. There we go. Anyways, let's keep going with the events. And we'll keep going until Salty stream, which is like about 15 minutes from now or so. If anyone still has any questions, let me know. As I mentioned, we do stream every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if any of you are newer here. So definitely feel free to stop by, as we're always around pretty much every single day. Or quite literally every single day, unless it gets canceled for whatever reason. But generally, it normally does not. What do we take here? Especially now with coronavirus. Oh, no, I forgot. I can't say it on stream. No, YouTube, don't demonetize me. But especially with the virus going around, it's... a lot of people are kind of like, you know, stuck. So even more reason to stream. Because I haven't really been out much other than for food. I haven't been out for anything. And I did go food shopping today. But aside from that, I'm like never leaving the house due to the virus going around. And if you say the virus, you won't get demonetized. But if you say like the C word at all, like they really demonetized you quick for that. I'm not sure why. I haven't been saying it enough that I likely won't for this video. But YouTube's really finicky with that. I'm not sure why they demonetize like literally everything that mentions it. It's really weird. I know, banhammer. We've been banhammered by YouTube for saying the C word. Oh, what do we grab here? We'll take a, I'll take the brown for now. Get a main going. Do we even have a cast here? Let's go for this. Actually, we'll take that over for now. Get ourselves a good mang. Take it on that. The watered down bear virus. Oh, that is such a diss on that one bear's name. That's pretty funny. Let's see. I'll take that for now. Can we say COVID? It's probably different enough that we probably could. I haven't been demonetized yet, even though I've mentioned it in some streams. But I have noticed a lot of videos on YouTube getting demonetized for it. I think it might more so be demonetized based on you putting it in the title or the tag of your video, rather than human malware. That's an interesting way of describing it. Yeah, we need like a bunch of euphemisms for the virus. Oh, why did I take that? We already had alignment. Fail. I should have just converted. Oh, that's a gigantic fail. We'll take that skull. Oh, also, we need a main cast. We actually are at the point where we don't get kills now with the metal setup, so we definitely need to make sure we go get a mang down. Otherwise, we won't be able to one-shot anymore, which is important, because that's what gives us all the speed. So I'm actually going to deliberately not go for skull here, because I need mang. So we'll do that down, and that'll be enough to one-shot everything for sure. And then we'll go for that. Get a poke, get a other poke. And now they all die in one shot, as they normally should. What else do we take here? Nothing really good. So we'll just grab, yeah, let's take that. Kind of just have to pass our turns a few times until we get it working. Event video, we will be having an event video up, probably in the next several hours. I was not able to do it today, but we will be covering it soon, TM. But we went over it in depth during the stream, of course. If you still have any questions about it, definitely feel free to ask. But as far as teams for the invasions for Friday, and teams for this, though, it's really limited, obviously. Like, using Fist of Zorn spam is, like, the only option. There isn't really much to use, obviously. But we will have, go over all the other things, like the Soulforge and various other things for the week. Like the game mode for tomorrow of not Tower of Doom, for factions. We have a faction event for, I actually forget what faction, tomorrow. But we'll be going over that. Let me go double check. It was whatever one was after Wild, the Wild Plains one. Which I actually completely forget at this point which one that is. It wasn't Mirrored Halls, was it? It might actually be Mirrored Halls. Let me double check. What event is tomorrow? Tomorrow is... Mirrored Halls! Hey, I was right! I have a somewhat functioning memory. But yeah, it's Mirrored Halls. That's what I thought. Which is actually one of the better farming ones as well, which is noteworthy. It's not as good as City of Thieves, but it's still pretty high up there. Yeah, it's Mirrored Halls tomorrow. Again, I should have taken, I keep missing that. I keep, like, seeing the extra turn. It's like, oh, go for extra turn, but it's actually better to go for that if we have alignment for it. Anyways, let's get that down. Grab ourselves a, what do we even want to go for here? We'll take this for now. Try for a skull there, which is the main reason for going for it. Anyways, grab that. Take our yellow over. Grab ourselves a brown over there. Take a skull down. Take our other skull over there. And then we can just get that populated onto the board. And he's dead. Salty will be late due to technical difficulties, but that's good. We might just stream for the next half an hour then. She's going to be a little bit late. Might as well. Because she normally doesn't mention much at the beginning of her stream anyways. But she's even going over today anyways. If she's just doing normal content and not showing any spoilers, I might just keep streaming. Just so we can finish out the event. Not the entire night, but, you know, just to get all of our sigils done for this new game mode. Or maybe not all of them, because if I'm going to be covering a video, I need to make sure I have some of them not used yet. That would be useful. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to show it on the video. We'll take that for now. We'll grab Skull right over there. Grab our other hit right there and get our Valraven and dead. We have 16 left, which means way more than 16. Because, of course, how Valravens work. That probably means we have like 26 battles left. Not to mention we get more per day. And this game mode does give you 4 additional battles per day. Very similar to that of invasions, raids, and all that. So you do end up accumulating a lot of additional battles just for free, without even spending any gems towards it. What do I grab? I'm actually going to go for mana generation. More so just to clear the board out. Fortunately, it does give him Skull there. And we do not have follow-up, but we'll go for Mang so we can start one-shotting. And should pretty much be good to go from here. Just need actual skulls to align. It would be good. If you can not give him a skull immediately, that'd also be great. So we'll create a bunch of mana onto the board. I wish you created yellow. Does nothing in this entire kingdom create yellow? Yellow would be a really great color to create in this particular instance. I need to go double check. Is there literally nothing in this entire kingdom that creates yellow? I believe that is the case. Other than maybe a weapon. Oh, you know what? Maybe we will go use one of those weapons if it creates yellow instead of Mang. But I don't know. At this point, this late into battles, maybe for the earlier battles that would have worked. But for these later battles, we kind of need the Mang at this point. Because we need it so we can one-shot. If we don't have Mang, we're not one-shotting anymore. Because we're deep enough that they don't one-shot otherwise. What do we want here? Take that for now, I guess. Trying to bait him into giving a skull, and that's exactly what he did. Gotta bait the AI. Take the tempting skull poke. Or setting us up into a skull poke. How close does that bring us to leaderboard? Well, it brings us 1/3 the way there. I don't think we're going to go all the way. I think there's some amount of people that might have bought in multiple tier 7s. But we're definitely not going to be getting another reward tier yet until the guild ends up helping out a little bit more. But of course, I'm pretty sure most people did all their battles for today. We're already only 9th, so definitely a lot of people are already beating us out. But there are several that haven't done any yet. Also, which reminds me, if anyone still wanted to join the guild, if you could do 1 million+ gold per week and level 1,000+, we do still have 1 spot left. As you can see, we only have 29 out of 30. So if anyone is interested, we still have a spot. And we get all the events done every single week. We'll have the one for invasions done, of course. We almost have all the guild tasks done already as well. We still have a few left. Still can get some decent rewards. As well as some Arachne off of this, which is the other way to get epic level ingots. Of course, I mean not ingots, of medals. And tokens and badges. You can end up doing this through the current game mode as well, of course. But you can also get some through this. It's not seasons, obviously. It's Arachnia. But they're still both the same rarity of epic rarity. Anyways. Nonetheless, let's go and keep going. Back to Council of Chiefs. And let's keep fighting. Go to highest one, highest rarity. And once this 500 over here. Oh yeah, we could always use Stormcaller hero class. However, that would be a high liability to us dying. Because we wouldn't have Barrier every Brown anymore. But yeah, it would put more yellow on the board if nothing else. It would definitely help in that regard. My only concern is we die too much if we did that. Okay, we do have alignment. However, I'm going to deliberately not go for it because I want to one-shot. And we'll go one-shot, and you're dead. There we go. The 1-turn delay was worth it because he didn't end up getting us in that time. Also, what is this? 350s? We don't want 350s. We want better battles than that. Let's grab one of these. It's weird how it always keeps going back to weaker battles. I find that very strange. It's unlike other game modes that increasingly keep ramping up. This one actually gets easier occasionally, just randomly out of nowhere. Which I find relatively odd. Because it's not normal with most game modes. It might not always function like that every single week though, so do be mindful of that. But the general premise does stay somewhat the same. We'll take that over. Grab our skull over there. And I'm actually going to do this just because I believe he'll give us a skull. He actually does not. Okay, we'll take that for now. He'll do a thing. He'll go just hit on barrier. That's fine. We'll take that over. Let's see. If only there was another weapon that stripped armor and converted it to attack in a class that was Orc and had an Enrage. Oh yeah, you could use Enrage to cover the gap too. And yeah, there are a couple of hero classes that can do that. And of course, you're trying to refer to Barbarian by saying that. But yeah, you can go down Barbarian route. I'm personally trying to get Monk leveled, so which is one of the main reasons why I'm going down this route. That and Barrier every Brown is still very beneficial. And Barbarian does not have that. Titan has it though, if we want to go all in on Titan. Which for the very late battles I might do. Because it has pretty much everything. It has the natural half mana start. It has but if we're using one of those Barbarian boost weapons, we could we definitely want to go to Barbarian hero class. But if we weren't, we could end up doing it with Titan and just use Barrier every Brown into Enrage, and that would also help cover the gap. Either strategy works. Just depends which way you want to play it. Regardless, your hero is pretty much your entire team in any of these battles. Fist of Zorn's into your hero is like the only strategy for this, pretty much. Which way you want to go about it is pretty open. because there's quite a few ways. But that's going to be the general strategy, at least for this event. And then the strategy will completely change for when it comes around next month. What do we grab here? Take that for now. Grab herself a... I don't have anything in the middle there. Kind of just want to take a brown, in case we needed it, but we'll just take that for now, I guess. Trying to bait him to take something in this area so we can get skulls. Actually, we grab a skull right now, so I might as well go for that. And then one more will end up killing him out. Let's see. Also, do keep in mind, Enrage does fully stack with the multiplier. So if you have a 3.2 times additional damage like we have right now, it does stack fully with a 1.5 times, meaning you would get a 4.7 times, or whatever that comes out to, in multiplier, which is a pretty hefty amount. Because your multipliers do multiply your multipliers, which is something to keep in mind if you were to get multiple multipliers. So for example, just for convenience sake of saying multiplies, let's say we have 3 times additional skull damage, while having Hunter's Mark, which is 2 times, while having Enrage, which is 1.5 times. If you had that set up, you would end up hitting the first one 6 times, and then goes 1.5 times, which would be 9 times. So you would hit 9 times damage. If you had a 3 times skull damage, which would actually be 320%, but for simplicity math's sake, let's just say 3 times. If you had 3 times into a Hunter's Mark, which is 2 times, into Enrage, which is 1.5 times, that would do 9 times damage, because all the multipliers multiply each other. Why 8 skulls? It was a mythic battle. It's the amount of skulls you get is determined in combination by the rarity of the battle, as well as the level of the battle. So the higher the level, the more skulls, and the higher the rarity, the more skulls. So you always want to take the highest level and the highest rarity, assuming you have the capability of defeating it. But if you don't have it, they give you plenty of other options. Unlike quite a few other game modes, this gives you like way more than enough options than you'd ever need if you're looking to do this game mode a little bit earlier in the game, or even mid-game or late-game. Like, it gives you a lot of different options if you can't do the full battle, or, the hardest possible battle. However, if you can do the hardest possible battle, you should be, because that's how you get the most amount of loot from doing this game mode, is take the highest rarity, which is also generally tied as the highest level, which both are the 2 factors that you'd want to do in order to gain the most amount of points for this event week. And most of them will be structured similarly, and that's the way that the battles might be generated might be a little bit different. However, you do always want to take the highest ones, as the highest ones are going to give you the best loot. Oh, I don't want to take that. I almost just baited myself into giving him a skull. I'm going to take that brown over there, actually. Now I'm going to take nothing and bait him out. I don't need the main attack there, but I wanted to do it to try to bait him into skull. And we're able to get that there. He baits himself into the other one, and there we go. Is that also in PvP and Explore? What, this medal? What do you mean as it is also in PvP and Explore? But no, this medal only functions in this event. It does not function in any other location other than this event. It does not affect anything else. So this game mode right here is the only page. It would Adamp do anything. It does not work in anywhere other location. It'll be converted to seasons by the end of this event. And once it's converted to seasons works anywheres. However, for the duration of the event, while it's still in its metal state, the ones that ends up giving one towards the current event, it only works specifically for the lore-related event of the week, which is Council of Chiefs right now. And it will not work for anything else. And then once Council of Chiefs ends, it will be converted to seasons. So at the end of this week, it'll just be seasons. But this is the only location it works. It will not work in PvP, won't work in Explorer, won't work in Dungeons, won't work anywhere else. So do be mindful of that. Also, that reminds me, I haven't even done my dailies yet. I should go do that. We have brown deeds too. Do not forget to go get your brown deeds. Always worth getting it every single day that there's deeds. I know some people don't like doing absolutely all of them, but you should, because it's actually pretty good class XP to gain class levels. And most people don't have all those maxed yet. So even if they're not necessarily good loot, you'd still want to do it for XP. But nonetheless, for people that don't do them, you definitely want to do it today, because we got 4 brown deeds, as well as some writs. And while it's not a high amount of writs are still writs and do allow you to craft any deed in the game. And while I believe it only gives 10, which is like 1/10 of a single color deed, which is obviously not that much, it still starts adding up over time. Speaking of that, I haven't converted my writs today, so let me actually go convert those right now. Well, speaking of writs, let's go convert all these to purple. And boom, 4 purple deeds. I'll take it. Thank you very much. How many purple does that bring us up to anyways? Karkaroff. I already have Karkaroff max, but I can still check here. 14, so we still need another, what is that, 16? Did my guild already do the purple? I believe we did, because I know I put a lot into it earlier. Oh, no, I didn't. Never mind. I put it into the normal task. But we did get purple done already. So, yeah, we still need 16 more. And then we can get on the Magic Kingdom. And then we only have 2 more left. So we only really have 1.5 more Magic Kingdoms left then. But anyways, let's go do our dailies. Oh, we also got 10 gems here. Not the greatest, but hey, every little bit adds up. And, of course, we're still trying to level up Monk. And now with the new format as of this patch, we can just switch right over to Armor in a single click. Boom. Now we're ready to go on Rowan. Even with Seasons, you're still going to use the extra Armor on Rowan because she doesn't need HP or attack in this kind of team. She just needs pure Armor, and she'll gain more benefit from having pure Armor. Oddly enough, I feel like the 2 medals that became the most useless as of medals of Seasons is HP and attack. Attack for the obvious reason. Seasons is literally in the current state of game, just a superior version of it. But the other one is also the HP one. And the main reason for this is, when do you ever use pure HP on the thing? But now that we have Seasons, which gives a combination of HP and Armor, while also giving that attack, you're just always going to use Seasons instead. Even on things that kind of can use it a little bit better, like Yagwe, he still gains more of a benefit from extra magic than he does from HP. So very, very rarely are you ever going to use HP anymore. Same as attack, even if they do end up buffing it, just because it's probably not going to be a big enough buff. Because if they buff it to 6, which is the most likely buff they would make to Arachnius, while it is a buff, it's not really going to be that enticing compared to just running Seasons in most situations. Because you'd get a 24 extra durability for the sacrifice of having 6 less attack if they were to do that. And that's definitely a trade-off that is worth having in almost every situation. What does Seasons do? Seasons medal, once this event ends, basically all of your current medals that you have that you've gotten from this event, the council medals, is ones that give you attack bonus for the event. Those will all be converted into medals of Seasons. Medals of Seasons will, the badge will give you 1 to all stats, or sorry, not 1 to all stats, 1 to all stats except magic. So attack, HP, and armor, or those 3 stats. And the medal one will give you 4 attack, 4 HP, and 4 armor. 12 stats in total. 8 durability with 4 attack is what ends up giving. So it's a really powerful medal. And it's not obtainable through anything other than this game mode every single month. And to get 3 medals, you would need to go to tier 6. Tier 6 would be enough, assuming your guild completes up to at least stage 11. Which generally, if you're buying tier 6 and several other people in your guild were too, you'd probably be able to reach it. But yeah, Season's going to be pretty solid. We won't be able to have it for another week, though. Because even though we theoretically have the thing that converts into it, they don't actually get converted till the end of the end of the event. So that'll be something we'll have to go over next week's Monday. Because, yeah, that's the actual day when we're actually going to have them for the first time. So that means 1 week from today. That night we'll probably be messing around with a lot of different teams, messing around with medals of Seasons. Catchers gains the absolute 1-to-1 best benefit from it. However, a lot of team compositions will gain a pretty hefty benefit from having that wide of a range of additional stats. Yeah, going to be interesting to see what people end up doing with it, as it is one of the better medals in the game, of course. Do you think they will be gold gain or soul medals into the future? That'd be pretty cool. Not sure if they're ever going to do it, but given the icon that they had on Cedric's, which was literally gold, I think they might be considering it. It almost seemed like they were initially considering it and then kind of went away from it, so maybe they won't be. Because Cedric literally had gold on it, so it's kind of almost seems like they were planning on it and then they like kind of changed last minute and went for the cleanse option. So who knows? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But it is rather suspicious that they made a Cedric one with gold on it, because it almost seemed like they were planning on using that asset as a gold gain in the past, but then decided not to at last minute at some point. But it's possible, but I don't think they would anytime soon, because obviously they want to be careful with how much they increase the rates of resources in the game. And gold is already pretty heavily obtained in the current state of the game. It can be obtained for rates like 300 to almost 450,000 per hour with some of the better methods in the game, like 3 trophy quick farming or 1 trophy farming or explore 12 farming and stuff like that. There's a lot, and Cedric's in Underworld. There's a lot of really hefty gold gains out there. What am I looking for? I'm looking for not Arachne. I'm looking for a quick Phoenicia kill. Also want to go set to magic, which I don't think I've set up at the moment. No, I did not. Let me go get it real quick. There we go. Okay, pure magic. I'll run this for Phoenicia just to clear out dungeons real quick. For the amount of time it takes us to switch, it might not even really be worth it. But we'll still go kill it out real quick. Normally, I'd already be using it for the final battle, which I forgot to switch out to. Because normally for the final battles or the harder battles of Adventure Board, I normally switch into it for. Oh, we didn't end up doing that today, but oh well. Get our nice little kill right there. Get our level 2, level 74 Dabbleist, making progress. Still trying to get every hero class to 100. We have every single one in the game above level 70, but we still have, I believe, 8 we still need to get to 100. I believe we have a little under 100 hours of grind left to do on that. Obviously, I'm not in any rush to get that done, especially since the final hero class in the game is actually being added next month. I'm not sure what they're doing after that fact. However, we might finally have some grace period to go and level up the hero classes, because in the past, we constantly kept getting a new hero class, which at minimum was like 28 plus hours of grinding per new hero class every single month, which was like an average of 1 per day, or, you know, 1 hour per day of grinding extra. So if you weren't doing more than an hour of grinding each day, which is pretty much how much we probably average for specifically going over hero classes and with optimal methods. But if you weren't doing that, you were pretty much just breaking even on the rate. And yeah, that wasn't really good. But now you'll be able to do it much better. Let's see. What else did I miss? Do you think they already answered that? Did that? Double EXP weekend. They actually did in the past. We used to, when the game first started, for like the first several months of the game cycle, we used to have things like gold bonus weekends or EXP weekends and other various things like that. They end up retiring it for the current system that we have of like Volt events and, you know, other things like that. But yeah, no longer do we and those little things that we get each week. Like, for example, right now we get a little bit extra gold. But for things like that and battle crashers, they kind of end up replacing it for. But yeah, we don't really have anything like that anymore. Well, we have things kind of like it, but, you know, we don't have a one-to-one equivalent of like an EXP weekend anymore. It'd be kind of cool if it eventually came back. It wouldn't be that game-breaking either. A double gold weekend would be, but that would be pretty broken. But a double EXP weekend wouldn't be that broken. That's quite literally what Guild Wars is almost. So I guess theoretically there is almost a one-to-one. If you end up making first place in Guild Wars every single week, the entire week of Guild Wars, assuming you can win every single one of your Guild War days, is theoretically a double EXP weekend. It's not exact, or a week. It's not exactly double EXP, but it's 100% soul bonus, which based on whatever your soul bonus currently is, it's almost a double. Not exactly a double though. But anyways, what am I looking for? I was gonna go run some Scorpius real quick, get a few kills on this, and just run it that way. Imagine 10k gold to PvP. You used to be able to do that in the past. You can actually get pretty close to it right now. At least some battles can reach like 6, 7k or so. Especially if you're using like a gold farming team wall within the battle. Oh, so this is still the best way to get tokens in the entire game, by the way. That hasn't changed. Though do keep in mind, you cannot get seasons from Explorer. They do not exist in Explorer. Oh, is Salty alive now? Okay. Let's go get one chest and then probably call it a wrap then. Hopefully we'll get 3 Nishas. Ta! 3 shiny Nishas. One can hope. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. It is greatly appreciated. And again, as I mentioned, we stream every single day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be going over more with this event tomorrow, as well as going through Hall of Guardians, which is a pretty good faction to farm. And we'll have a video going over everything this week very soon as well. Normally I get them out on Mondays, so I wasn't able to today, just due to other obligations. But we will be very, very, very soon getting that out. At this point, I might just wait until it cycles and do it tomorrow morning, just because it would make sense to do it while it's the next event, because then we can go over the new weapon and everything, or not the new weapon, but you know, the faction weapon and all that for Mirrored Halls. I don't think Mirrored Halls had a good weapon though, but still, nonetheless. Let's see. We'll grab that for now. Get our other kill. How did he unpoison? Oh, he got to transform. What are you doing, transforming? Go back to being poisoned. Otherwise, we can't kill you instantly. It's actually problematic. I can't get an extra turn right here. Yes, now we can. There we go. That's what you get. And then we'll get one more here. And this will give us all we need to go and get ourselves the mythic battle. And hopefully we got something good from the chest. Wait, did Salty confirm what she's going over tonight? Because I might need to get to mention something juicy if she's going over something interesting. I don't think she's going over anything, though. If she is, she's probably going over what's coming out next Friday. Next Friday is faction. She might be going over the faction. Let's see. I'll take that for now. I forget if next faction was good or not. I know it's for Drifting Sands. I forget if the troops were good. I don't think they were. Generally, if I'm forgetting what they are, it probably wasn't good. Also, can we please get an extra turn? I hate when we don't get it for such a long duration. There we go. Slows down this team. Still gets a really quick rate regardless, though. But the whole point of it is to go quick, not slow. You can average about 30-35 seconds per battle, though. It's a pretty quick cycle. And that's counting all loading screens and everything. Hey, and there's a leprechaun. Also, tomorrow's the last day that we get leprechauns as well. Because it's St. Patrick's Day. Also, I do advise staying home since it's still the virus going around. Do not go out drinking tomorrow. Just go drink at home. Have a little home party for yourself. For St. Patrick's Day. Okay, there we go. Get that killed. Dead. There we go. Anything good from this chest? You know you want to. Hey, a token Arachnia. Now, Orpheus always throws me off. I keep thinking it's like legendary rarity, but it's ultra rare. Like I see that and it's like, oh, it's an Anu. No, it's not. It has an orange border, but it's ultra rare rarity. I'm not sure why they give it an orange border. Should have been like blue, kind of like that, but like a tealish blue, kind of like what they did for that color of the globe thing. But anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful week. We'll get the event video covered soon. We'll have more going over this game mode tomorrow night, and we'll be doing Half Guardian grind as well tomorrow, as we normally do on Tuesdays for the faction event. But anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of the week. I will catch you guys very, very soon. And, oh, sorry, what was Pumpko saying? You're an upstriver. You'll be working through the chaos. Oh, no. Well, best of luck with everything. Well, I guess you wouldn't be exposed to it too much, though. Because other than when you pick up the packages from the, not the warehouse, but whatever it's called, the place. Well, I don't know. What's the proper place for that called? The post office. I couldn't even think the word for a second. But other than that, you don't really interact with too many people, do you? I guess people at the door, if you directly do it. I feel like most people just kind of leave it there, though. You're exposed to all the filthy packages. True. Oh, yeah, what's Salty stream? Let me go get the link for that. My bad. Yeah, Salty streams on twitch.tv/infinity+2. She's the community manager of Gems of War. She streams every Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is pretty much right after our stream, essentially. But anyways, let me go get the link for that. There you guys go. Oh, yeah, let's go give a thing to go spam Salty with. Let's see. How about more codes for Tacet? Just because I need her to remember. And if you guys want more code, go spam her with more codes for Tacet. Because I'm actually only have enough to last till like Thursday at this point. So yeah, go say hi to Salty. And go tell her we need more codes. Because I need more codes. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you guys for stopping by. And yeah, have a wonderful week. Stay safe out there. Goodbye, everyone.